Okay, so I'm live now too. So
Okay, great. Yeah, I just want
my
to make
side.
sure. I just want to make sure it connects, and then we'll transfer
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
video.
go. I might as well go TikTok live too, because take advantage of all the
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
information I have.
I just want to make sure it connects, and then. All right, we're good to go there. All right,
So
I'll
let me
transition
see.
us.
Live.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of OnChain and UnCut. Tonight we got Mr. Allen with us from Crypto Cannibals. Welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Thanks again for coming on. This was a short notice setup. We didn't really know each other until about 5 minutes ago backstage. So, brother, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Tonight we've got all his links in the video description below. It's going to be his OpenSea collection as well as his link tree, which links out to some merch. All his socials can be found there, as described by the man himself. If it's not here, it's a scam. So please go to the link tree and check him out. Don't just be clicking around. And we'll share his Twitter and Discord socials as well. Welcome, brother. How you been?
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's good, man. It's been a good journey, bro. Just it's been very exciting. A lot of it's very new, but it just shows you what like the power of NFTs and social media and cryptocurrency and what can really happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I don't want to get, anonymity in this space is very valued. People like to be anonymous. People like, I go by my bird and collecting coins. I go coins for short. But without getting too personal, what got you, like, a little background on yourself as far as the arts involved? What got you into NFTs, and what inspired the Crypto Cannibals collection?
Yeah, man. With as far as like NFTs, so I've been a graphic designer for 8 years. So I do graphic design like logos, pamphlets, designs, anything, just whatever anybody needs. And so I saw a video on Gary Vee. Gary Vee seems to be a big onboarder
Yeah.
of people in the NFT space. And so I was watching a video on TikTok actually, and it was Gary Vee. He was talking about how if you miss out on the opportunity of NFTs, it might be the opportunity of your lifetime. And so I just sat there thinking, I was like, you know what, Gary Vee's always right for some reason, or for the most part, Gary Vee's like always on it, you know? And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all in. And so I made a TikTok on September 4th of last month, and I called it Alan the NFT guy. And then so every day I start posting like on TikTok regarding like, oh, this is what an NFT is, this is what they do, this is how they work. And I really it was just more of a documenting process of how I was also learning about NFTs. So I've barely been in NFTs since the 4th of September.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I didn't realize when we connected through a mutual friend that this was so new. I've been in the game since January, and Gary V, he is the plug, isn't he? He is on top of business related things. I've got a lot of fellow colleagues in the space. They really are attracted to. They're always pinging them, trying to get them to follow them. So yeah, he's a big influencer within the NFT space. So what inspired the crypto candle is such a cool concept, man, and the art's phenomenal. What inspired this? Was it the generative side, and why? You being newer into the space, a lot has evolved since, like, let's say January. 3 months is 3 years in this space. Why Ethereum and not Matic or Solana or Wax? What attracted you to the Ethereum blockchain?
So for me, to answer the first question, as far as like the crypto cannibals, so when I was 18, I took out a loan for about $7,000 for my FAFSA. It was like my school loan.
Okay.
But instead of using it towards school, I started buying skateboards and shirts and stuff like that. And so I made a little skate brand, and it was called Cannibals. So this was when I was 18.
Okay.
I drew this guy. And so then back when this a month ago, I started doing NFTs, and I maybe made like 12 collections. And then one time I told my brother, I was like, hey man, wasn't there like this drawing I used to do when I was like 18? And I found an old picture of my first cannibal drawing I ever did. And I had a designer help me remaster it and like kind of make it prettier. And then so from there, I dropped Crypto Cannibals. That was on the 1st of last month, which was what, October? I think October 1st. I dropped the Crypto Cannibals, and the first day I sold $1,000 worth. And then I got like super excited because I was like, dude, I worked at Chili's, bro. Yeah. I worked at Chili's, and I sold $1,000 in one day. For me to get $1,000 in Chili's, I got to work like 5, 6, 7 days, you know?
Yeah.
I got really excited, and then the next day again 1,000, and the next day 1,000, then the next day 1,000, then the next day 1,000, and so then fast forward 30 days later, about 30 days later, we've sold about 8.2 ETH, and we have 125 owners. We have about 600 people in our Discord, and my TikTok grew from 0 to 12,000 followers in 2 months. And so really just like that, dude, is really like, it's extremely brand new, but it's cool because like, you know, the thing that started my entrepreneur life was the thing that also kind of like put me in the spotlight to be able to do something with this stuff. So it's kind of cool. It's a good little story of how it started. Dude, I used to do, I have on YouTube, you can look us up on Cannibals Keiko, where back in like 7 years ago, where I'm recording like the people I would sponsor. So there was this video where I recorded, I get very emotional like in my life because like for me, nobody in my family makes 100K a year, like nobody. So for me to make like 25, 30K, you know, last month was like I was like tripping. I was like, oh my God, like this is red alert. Like this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it gets me very emotional to think like, damn, like, you know, I might be in a position to change the way my family lives for the rest of their life, you know. And I think those are the types of things that we always dream of, like, or you always see people like, you know, making it big or starting to do things with their life, and you think like, oh, can I do that? Can that be me? And now that it's kind of like sort of happening, it's just kind of all very surreal. And I have a video on YouTube that I posted with the Cannibals, and it's called Still Broke. And it was me with the skateboard with my Cannibals, and I was riding around with my friends, just having a good time, having fun. And I saw it, and I forgot about that video. But that was when I saw that video. I had probably made like 20,000 that month, and I started crying on live because I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, dude, that, like, for me, you know, I come from a very poor background when I was, you know, growing up. Used to live in a trailer and stuff like that, and so for me, all this stuff is like extremely life changing. And so I try to, you know, I really believe in. For me, you know, I grew up kind of like, as they say, in the hood. And so like when we had a friend over or something like that, you know, we were always like poor and broke, but we always like helped each other make sure that we were okay. Like if we both want to eat and you didn't have money, like, oh, no worry, I got you. Like, you know, I have money. And so a lot of that, the way I grew up kind of feeds into my project. And so like I love giving away these NFTs, dude. I've given away 75 of the Crypto Cannibals. 75 of them. I almost do a giveaway almost every single day. And, you know, for me, it's kind of like, I understand what it feels like to not have anything. I understand how it feels like to want to get into a project, but you don't have money, or you want to be a part of a community, but you just don't know how to get started. And so I try to, you know, give back as much as I can as far as that. And I know that, especially with the power of NFTs and social media and cryptocurrency, like this stuff literally has the potential to change someone's life for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. And you bring up, bro, you just rambled off like 7 really good aspects just of the space as a whole of the NFT. And before I kind of go on my little rant, congratulations, man. This is great. And I love how, you know, the NFT space, and I say it a lot, we're so early still, even though we feel, because we're so close to it, you know, from the 30,000 foot view, we're like we're in the 1%, but we're so close to it, and we interact with each other, the other projects. We feel like, oh, you don't know how to make a wallet, you don't know how to like, what are you talking about, bro? It doesn't make sense. So the fact that you've kind of, you know, you jumped right in, and you coming full circle from your first business venture when you were in your teens, and that speaking to what you're doing now. I mean, what a beautiful story. And I love the fact that you're giving back. I peeked in your Discord a touch and saw that you're all inspiring, man. Like I see you say often, well, the couple hours I was in there over the last couple of days, I really want you guys to succeed. I see you saying that. Your notebooks that you were sharing, it's just what the NFT space is all about. I mean, you're a perfect fit for this space. So congratulations, man. The giveaways, it's become something that I think a lot of people are numb to. A lot of people expect things handed out because follow, like, retweet, tag 3 friends, giveaway, 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 giveaway. But for you to be intimately handing stuff out that means a lot to you, that you could be making money off of, to your community via Discord or Twitter or what have you, TikTok. I know you're a big baller on TikTok. So I just think, man, congratulations, A, and B, like, you're a perfect candidate for this space. So welcome, man. This is big.
Thank you, bro. It's really it really is exciting, dude. Like, wait until you hear the roadmap. Like, I honestly think, like, I was actually on a podcast earlier this month, and he was asking me, like, where I plan to take the Cannibals and stuff like that. I honest to God think that, one day this is going to be a blue chip project, because, and it's not more a sense of like, oh, what the art, like, what makes it blue chip. It's just that I'm just very annoying as far as, like, wanting to do things with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I'm the same way. I understand.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, how do I make it? How do I figure it out? And so I know that if NFTs crash to zero, I'm gonna wake up the next day and be like, okay, how do I figure this out? How do I make it? How do I? So it's like I have that annoying persistence of always, either doing solar or fucking door-to-door, business venture here, business codes. Like, I'm always, like, doing something to try to make sure my life's going somewhere. Yeah. That I know that, now that this thing's kind of picked off, now I'm like, okay, there, you found what initial traction you needed. Now don't let it go, and make sure you work off of it. Make sure you improve it daily. Like, I was telling, and his name is NFTs in Review, for the podcast. I was telling him, like, dude, if I can hire Gary Vee to give me a 10-minute coaching session and he charges me 30 grand, hey, I'll take it. Yeah. Because I know things like that are what like, he can maybe look at me and be like, okay, look, this is what you need to do, this, and this, and then it'll be gold. And I'm like, bet, thank you so much for the advice. Then I use that and then move forward, and then I'm also, I think, aware enough to know that there's a lot of things that I lack in that other people are strong in, that I can use. I'm the best, and I know, no, I don't. I know how to make art. I know how to communicate with people, and I know how to sell it. Now I need people that are, like, into dev work. I need people that know cryptocurrency. I need so I know it takes a team to make the dream work. And so that's kind of things that I'm gonna do. And then I'm also, like, I get my community very, very involved. So, like, I'll say something, like, let's say if I have an idea, I'll mention it to them. And since they feel like they have the power to voice their opinion, sometimes they'll say something and I'm like, you know what, that's actually a better idea. And so I'll run with the idea that my members give me, because it's really, like, we all have the same power, I think. And then especially, like, it's cool because it's like a hive mind. It's like, whenever I tell my people on my Discord, hey, what do you guys think about this? Everyone kind of adds their own little 2 cents, and I feel like that's a lot more valuable than me sitting by myself and thinking, yeah, maybe it'll work.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Opinion of my people.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and your view and your take on the situation at hand, not NFTs, but your life perspective of knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. Willing to take advice. A lot of people, especially a lot of people with early success, they become tunnel visioned and they don't listen to anybody. They'll be their own worst enemy. They'll be their own demise. And right. You seeing that, you jumping into the space, you having the artwork from, let's say, 7 years ago that you're resurfacing with, and then you having that early success, and you're still open-minded to ideas, not thinking your idea is the best end all. I mean, you're gonna make it, bro. Like, no matter what. My chest, I felt you from, like, the bottom of my soul when you were talking. My chest, and I get up at 5:30 every morning. I don't have to get up. That's why I've got my own cryptocurrency, my own community, my own artwork, my own artist, my own label, my own everything. My chest hurts every morning. It doesn't matter how successful I've become. I feel what you're saying, because my chest is hurting in the morning in the shower at 5:30 a.m. because I am just stressed out beyond belief of what am I going to do next? What's going to elevate me to the next level? And that's what's going to make the difference between the peaks and valleys of the crypto and NFT industry. A lot of people exited. There's a lot of money grabbers, especially in some certain blockchains of, I'm just gonna get whatever's trending. I'm gonna throw a project out there. I'm gonna take all the money. I'm not gonna give them any value. I'm not gonna roadmap it. I'm not gonna have any future plans. I just want to get as much Ethereum or Wax or Solana or whatever it is at the moment, and then I'm gonna bounce. The difference from the successful projects versus the briefly successful projects is creating that community, building that roadmap, continually adding value to whatever it is you're doing, whether it's your art and then putting tokenomics behind it, or setting some sort of reward system for holding X amount of pieces, or dude, we could go on for days on the different strategies there and how to reward the community. But yeah, man, it's this is going to be a long-term thing for you. I see it right now.
Dude, this is going to be the next 50 years. Cannibals are going to be around in 50 years.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect during this conversation. As I said, preface this interview with that, we don't really know each other until now. I like the artwork. I dig the artwork. It's unique. It's cool. My favorite guy is the one I put on the YouTube thumbnail. The guy with the big reflective glass. He's my favorite one. But yeah, I think the art's a small. I'm not going to say it's not an important factor, but I think it's becoming. The art is a small portion of this space. It's the community, the utility of what you're doing, whether it's tokenomics or a reward system or a airdrop system, or the gamification industry is growing big within the Wax ecosystem, and it's creeping over into the Ethereum world. I believe we're all going to become blockchain agnostic at some point, where it doesn't matter if you're Solana or Wax or Polygon or Ethereum. They're going to bridge it, and it's coming sooner rather than later. So the NFT space is going to merge. A lot of people from Ethereum think Wax is the second-class citizen. A lot of people on Wax don't understand why Ethereum people are paying all this gas fees. There's cool factors to each blockchain, and I think when those merge, this thing's just gonna blow. It's gonna blow the roof off.
Oh yeah, dude. NFTs, cryptocurrency, it's the new world, bro. It is the people. It kind of like it's sometimes like you getting arguments, not arguments, but like sometimes I talk to people that tell me like, they ask like, oh, what's an NFT, or why is this so important? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll give people this example. I made the crypto Cannibals in my room, living with my fucking mom, right? I made so far 8.2 Ethereum. What is that, like 40,000, 35,000?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
So practically zero overhead. So I'm like, so I own a part of a gym, but part of our gym makes around $7K a month. And after taking off like expenses, the equipment, taxes, everything, we probably take home like 3 Gs.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I have a business model that is almost zero overhead. I did it from my room, and I get to do it. I can go to Japan tonight and then just upload an NFT and then probably sell it the next day and be like, okay, cool, I have funds for the next week. Hey, I'm gonna go to New York. Hey, I'm gonna go to, like, this business model that was created with NFTs has never existed in, like, I will never, ever, 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 God willing, ever go back to a regular job, because I feel like I would be retarded, stupid, idiotic to do that.
Yeah, you're slapping somebody in the face to ignore this space. Like this, there's people, like, when you talk to, like, let's talk about like old schools and people like that, like they remember that point in their life when they're like, well, I should have done that. I should have, like, things come around in your lifetime that you either take action on, but this right here is not going to come around in our lifetime again. The
No, bro. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, opportunity wise, and going back to what you said, bro. You know, this space, like you said, zero overhead. You know, if you got a computer and an internet connection, you're pretty much set. This space is not only beneficial monetarily to help change people's lives, but let's take it back to what I said earlier, the art being a small factor of it. Well, we wouldn't be here without the art, and the artists that weren't getting recognition that they should have been getting before are now able to get their artwork and their pieces out into a public view, and then they meet people like these promoters on Twitter coming to my company, whatever have you, that can get, because they just want to paint, they just want to create their art. They're kind of introverted, most of them, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but they don't know how to market their stuff, they don't know how to sell things, they don't know how to negotiate, they don't know how to price, but they can get it out there on this platform and actually make a living doing it, so they can quit working at Starbucks or whatever it is they're doing that's impeding their ability to make art because they're tired from their 9 to 5 or whatever. Yeah, man, it's just great. And like, I could ramble. I don't want to make this about that, but I could ramble on forever. Tell me a little bit more about your roadmap, bro. Talk to me.
Yeah, go ahead and click on the Crypto Cannibals right there. Right on the little blue Crypto Cannibals. There, right there, yeah. And then on the left side, scroll down, and then you should see one of the tabs that says Roadmap on the R's. Right there. Go ahead and click that. And you can click that picture, and it tells you where we're at right now. I update it. It's an actual NFT, and it's the roadmap.
Oh, that's,
so you go ahead and
that's dope.
And then, so right now we're at 125 sold, and at 150 we're opening up an art studio. So right now I'm pending approval for a store. I'm opening up a store. So I used to work at Chili's 30 days ago, and now, God willing, I'm opening up a store right across the street from Chili's.
Congratulations, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, then you can take people to lunch at Chili's.
I know, bro. That's funny because my boss always used to get me in trouble, dude, because I would always be on my phone trying to mint NFTs and obsessively look at my TikTok and shit. And I went the other day, and they're like, Alan, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. They're like, and then one of my bosses was like, we used to think he was crazy with this NFT stuff, but now it looks like we're crazy because he's out here doing shit. And so I still haven't gotten approved, but we're looking hopefully to get approved for that location across the street from Chili's. And we're gonna open up. It's gonna be an art studio / retail store. Okay. So we're gonna be selling artwork. We're gonna be selling NFTs. We're gonna be selling Cannibal gear. And so one of the things, like say for example, let's say you buy one of my Cannibals, and I end up using your Cannibal design on my shirt that I'm selling at the store. I need to figure out a way how to do it properly, because I know this deals with like securities and stuff, but I want to figure out how to give you some sort of royalty from the sales and profits that I make using your design. And so there's kind of like a profit share kind of thing, or either make a social token or something that you can use to purchase,
I've got somebody you need to talk to, man. Somebody on that I'm really close with. I mean, I can help, but I think you and this person would get along fantastically, and they're doing similar things where if they use just your exact thing, but if you buy the NFT, if it's used for any sort of advert, right, or T-shirt wise advertising, you get a cut. So maybe I'll send that connection over for you.
Yeah, send it over. So that's what we're doing. So at 150 sold, we're opening up an art studio / retail store in an actual location. So cool thing about that, for one, I think it's the world's first skateboard NFT company, and then it's gonna be one of the world's first actual NFT retail stores in the country.
That's great. That's great. Are you planning on taking cryptocurrency for payment?
Yeah, hell yeah, if I can. Yeah, fuck yeah. Dude, hell yeah. So we're going to actually try to onboard people while they're there. So think about it. My city has about 200,000 people, and we only have one mall. So It's gonna be. I'm gonna have a foot traffic of like 8,000 a week probably, just of foot traffic. So what does that do? So it's cool because people don't realize like what does that do for your brand? What is it? So like let's say if you buy my NFT and I put your hoodie design on, what do you think that does for face value for your NFT that you purchased? You know, that's all across the country, and people are, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
So that's how people don't realize, like, that's how value is derived, is like now there's a physical asset backing up the NFT. So then as you get more people, when they go into the store, what's an NFT? Oh, this is a project. This is the Cannibals. This is what we do. Oh shit, I want to buy one. Then it drives the price up because there's more people focused on one project.
We just ran a batch of T-shirts for the clowns to do the tangible item to go along with the collection. And yeah, man, it's a game changer. You know, we kind of started like in January. Let's say the whole space has evolved, and we have to be ever evolving and organically grow, right? But it's gone from the anonymity that I brought up earlier, where you know everybody kind of hides behind their avatar, doesn't use their real name, to now it's kind of crossing paths to where it's kind of half and half, and it's meshing. You know, where you can do a Google form where it's an anonymous form to get a shipping address, and then that shipping address can then be put into the blockchain or the back end of another company, a vetted company, say, to where they can buy an NFT, buy the NFT, get a T-shirt kind of thing. So yeah, it's the two worlds kind of colliding and figuring it out on the fly, which like we were talking about backstage, I think we're so early to the space. Everybody's figuring it out together. You know, it's not. You know, if you have a slip up, there's some sort of barrier of forgiveness there, because you know they probably had that same slip up, you know, as well. So yeah, man, this is big, bro. That brick and mortar you speak to, I think that is going to be a game changer for your brand, bro. Like,
bro, not even, dude. That's funny because that's like level one. That's 1% of what the Cannibals entail. So I've already hired a second designer. So I just made a C corp. I made the Cannibals into a C corp, and I hired my sister. My sister's also a graphic designer, and so she's on payroll now.
Okay.
So she gets paid to help me design and sketch out these images. And then at 300, and so I don't know if you've noticed, but in like my roadmap, so when you look at like other NFT projects, I've noticed that like they'll put their roadmap, but they're so spaced out. They're like, oh, at 1,000, we'll do this. At 2,000, and I'm like, bro, at 1,000, you got like $1 million. Why does it take so long for you to do shit? Like, I don't get it. No, for real, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I do.
I
know.
And then it'll be funny because it'll be like, at 1,000, so we're gonna airdrop 10 of them. I'm like, what the fuck? You made like 800,000% profit, and you're just giving these people back like 20K of, like, that's nothing. That's almost nothing.
Yeah.
And so with my project, I'm like, no, I can do a lot of stuff with a little bit of money. And so then they're very close together. Yeah. So at 150, we're opening up the art studio. At 300, we're launching a website with merchandise, NFTs, and clothing. At 500, I'm sponsoring a pro skater. So an actual pro skater that competes in actual events all around the world. We're going to sponsor them. At 1,000, if you hold a male cannibal, you'll get a female cannibal. You just got to mint it. You got to just pay the gas fee. And then at 1,500, the pro skater is going to do a demo. So a demo video is when they go out and do like a kind of like a marketing video for them. At 2,000, I'm going to get 20 grand and I'm going to put it all into TikTok ads. $20,000 into that. The video is probably going to reach like 10 million views, because 20 grand in, especially how TikTok is so new and organic. Like, I'm going to just bump the shit out of a bunch of ads on TikTok.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to be on all the world's feed for like a whole week probably. And then at 1,500, at 2,500, we're going to do some sort of publicity stunt. That's going to be kind of like hopefully it makes headlines across the country.
Yeah.
And then at 3,000, we're going to sponsor 2 more pro skaters. And then at 3,500, we're going to add a breeding ability where you'll be able to have kids.
Because you'll have your pair from the 1,000.
Yep. And then at 4,000, right around 4,000 sold, we're going to have a huge skate competition out in Los Angeles. And I'm going to give $20,000 in Ethereum to the winner of the skate competition. And then hopefully then we'll have 3D Cannibals. And then I want to, so where it says potential game, I actually want to purchase a game studio. Like I want to purchase an actual game studio. So I'm not gonna. I know a lot of people are doing it. They're developing games. I want to do it back end. I want to get the actual company that develops the games, and hopefully even just buy a game. Because there's a lot. For example, there's a lot of games that already exist that are like, for example, there's a lot of skate games that I can just be like, hey, I don't want to make a new one. How about I just buy yours for 500,000?
Right.
And then I just add NFTs into that game that already exists.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do a lot, dude. We're gonna do. I don't know if you know Rob Deerdeck's Fantasy Factory.
Robin Big.
So I want to do something like that. So I want to have cannibal clubs all across the country, and they're gonna kind of be like big warehouses where kids can come in and skate and have fun and make memories, but also purchase clothing, skateboards, have contests. So I want to have one in Florida, New York, Miami, fucking Phoenix, fucking Scottsdale, San Diego, pretty much all across the country, even in Japan, things like that. And that's just the beginning, dude. Like that's not even counting all the other projects that I have involved with. Like I'm gonna buy a bunch of like Blocktopia, a bunch of Decentraland. We're gonna get into the meta space.
You got to be in the metaverse. Yeah, you got to be in the metaverse.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I have a brand with my friend. His name is Keezy. It's called Meta Marvels. And so what they are is they're 3D meta superhero looking characters that you can use for the metaverse. So things like that. And then, dude, like I'm a huge anime freak. Like I love anime. And so I even like later on, I want to purchase an anime studio. Same thing. So like I want to have a game studio and an anime one. And then, so then later on, this is like 5-10 years down the line, but I want to make like a cannibal anime, so it's cool because right now these things people don't realize like it's funny because I just tell people just give me 5-10 years and you'll see the potential and power that this thing can really grow to. And you're not talking about a little bit of things. You're talking about like $200 NFT that you bought. Oh, I remember I bought this NFT from this guy 7 years ago. Let me check on it. And it's like, oh shit, he's actually built a whole ecosystem out of it. And now it's worth 500K each.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're going, and that's what this is doing.
Yeah, this platform that's in front of us it's for the people that take it seriously and actually see the vision and where it's headed. Those are going to be the projects and the individuals. I mean, there's a lot of individuals, especially on Ethereum, that are more art centric. They're not as much into the utility and the back end, and that are selling one-off pieces, etc. Those people got a space as well. I started on Nifty Gateway, and that's where it was more that focus was more the art. Now we've kind of evolved into gamification, utility, tokenomics, etc. Bro, you've got a noggin on you. I mean, you're seeing this, and you're seeing this just as well, if not more clearly, than a lot of projects that are a little bit further along than you are.
Right. That's
you've got
it's small, but we got it.
Yeah, you've got a vision and you've got a plan, and I fully like I'm a betting guy, and that's that saying, if I was a betting man. Well, I am a betting man, and I'm betting on you, man. This is and if you need a wild boy for 2,500 benchmark, I can throw down a little bit, so just let me know if you need a publicity stunt. We can maybe talk about that.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it's. Oh, and I forgot. Sorry, on number 10, it says make fire. So I want to do like a huge event that it's like a secret, but like how humans discovered fire, and it was like the next change in a revolutionary shift in the human like consciousness.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
Like human advancement.
I love that correlation.
So it's the same thing. We're gonna host some sort of event or something that's gonna allow the Cannibal users to take a step forward in the advancement towards NFTs in this project itself.
This is great, man. I am so happy that Mr. Intangible, shout out Mr. Intangible, hooking us up, bringing us together. This talk show is just getting started. You're my 14th guest. So, we're just getting rolling on this. This is just another thing that I'm thinking about in the shower. Like, I need a talk show, so I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I very much look forward to our shared success within this space. Congratulations. I love these stories where, you know, you're 60 days in and you've got this vision, that you've got a bigger vision than a lot of people that have been in this space for 12 months have. And I fully expect you to execute on all of this. I mean, I feel it when you talk. You've got that fire. So congratulations again, my man. If you guys are not following Alan, please make sure to click his link tree. All the descriptions are in, all the links are in the description of this YouTube video. It will be archived in the Agora files, so you can rewatch this at any time. I will be retweeting this out for all you guys that have missed it. Like he says, any links outside of this link tree probably aren't the real thing, so go directly to Linktree.
We do have a lot of scams. That's why I say that. We have about 15 fake pages. So that's good, right? I mean, you know, we're doing something right if we got people trying to make fake stuff of our...
Yeah, as soon as people start copycatting, that's when you know you're going somewhere. So, yeah, I agree with that fully. So, like I said, links are in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in live. We will be back on Thursday, I believe, with Neon Space. So tune in for that. Alan, bro, thanks again. Hold tight. Hold the line with me. We'll jump backstage. But I appreciate you guys out there. Don't forget we got clowns. We got bird games going on. I got a little game running right now. I mean, we're just doing everything. You know what I mean? So appreciate you all. And we will see you Thursday. Hold tight.